I watch episode 78 of Pokémon every year because I watch every episode of Pokémon every year. Episode 78, Fire and Ice, begins at the end of Ash's second preliminary match. After having to sit through his first one from start to finish, they know to skip to the end this time. Ash defeats the first Pokémon that was defeated in the series, an outcome more obvious because his opponent didn't even have a name. From the stands, Gary shares a discouraging diatribe with his entourage. Ash may be out of earshot, but he's still in heart shot. As his Pokémon carb load for the battles to come, Ash wanders the lively streets of the Indigo Village for his own food. Also feeling down in their downtime, the most neglected of the bunch, aside from the one that this episode itself neglects, finds a reason to be upset with Ash as an excuse to encroach on his autonomy. Ash and friends arrive at the Pokémon Center, but the on-site clinic is experiencing overcrowding. Even though they all have experience in the medical field, they ignore the problem and prioritize their appetites. Like their healthcare, the food is free, but catering has a much bigger operating budget. Pokémon injured during league-sanctioned battles may not get treatment in a timely manner, but their trainers are always full. Pikachu too, who aside from freedom from its Pokéball is the only one who doesn't have to survive off of kibble. Charizard just starves, I guess. Ash and friends arrive at another Pokémon Center that is overwhelmed even with the aid of the law as well, where they again ignore the crying children to find their own salvation. In the original dub, there was an accident that is implied wasn't an accident that led to the crisis, but in English the ineptitude of the healthcare system is just inferred. The exact issue is never explained, but the stock audio of police radio chatter denotes it as a 314. And with every regional nurse and officer working the festival, all of their hometowns are vulnerable as well. Beckoned by a single hand, they enter a dark alley where another supposed center stands. Ash hands over his favorite to be healed first, but before he gives them the rest of his Pokeballs, including Charizard's, which noticeably lacks the same sheen, Baraka senses something amiss because of his lack of amore for the miss. Struggling to ignore their trigger word in their best and worst disguises, the thieves reveal themselves. It wasn't a center for pocket monsters, it was a center for rocket monsters. Brock attempts to brag about his libido meter, but is interrupted by the only girl who actually talks to him so that they can save the one Pokemon that the leeches did manage to steal. The conceited meatheads are defeated and eaten, and Ash takes his Pokemon to the actual center off-screen. The episode skips ahead to the middle of his third battle to end as it began. Kingler's claws do what they were evolutionarily designed to do. Pikachu electrocutes solid ice, and Ash wins against another opponent who didn't even have a name. Neither battle mattered. The scoreboard wasn't even accurate. The majority of the episode takes place between them because the real battle is exhaustion. Whilst he was wandering, Ash delighted at how Pokémon have been used for profit, with countless economic efforts on display in actual displays. The Indigo League's focus on vibes and merchandise over the actual events creates an artifice of importance that exploits its influence over the culture until neither exist, like fire and ice. To be continued.